Hanging by a thread, hung upon all the words you said, breaking free from this conformity that you force on me. Everything I do is one big show. It's about damn time that I take control. Put me under a microscope and watch me take control. What's this? I finally read this helplessness. Tired of feeling like I'm upside down, so I'm gonna turn it all around. And and dear God, save my soul, 'cause it is flawed. Tired of feeling like I'm upside down, so I'm gonna turn it all around. Don't tell me that I need saving. Finally awake and living. Yeah. The pressure inside was building. I felt under attack, and now my mind's attacked. And I've chosen my path. I've chosen my path. What's this? I finally read this helplessness. Tired of feeling like I'm upside down, so I'm gonna turn it all around. And and dear God, save my soul, 'cause it is flawed. Tired of feeling like I'm upside down, so I'm gonna turn it all around.
Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is your host, Crypto Somniac, here to bring you everything crypto related, where the rich never sleep. Today I'm going to answer as many of your guys' questions as possible. I'm going to scroll back up to the top and answer them in the order they came in. But first, I got a lot of news today, a lot of different things going on that I just wanted to update you guys on. And this might be a little bit of a longer stream. I'm just going to sit here for as long as I can and just try to answer as many questions as possible. So I'll start in a few moments. But first, let me cover a couple of big pieces of news today. So a potential new hard fork for Ethereum, in addition to the Metropolis one that is already being split into two hard forks. So we had the DAO last year and the split between Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. We had Metropolis, which is a scheduled hard fork, which was then split into two hard forks, Byzantium and Constantinople, the first of which is going forward right now, Byzantium. And then this, basically a fourth hard fork. I think I titled this video, what did I say? Yeah, new hard fork. So Ethereum Cash hard fork opposes the proof of stake system that Ethereum is trying to move towards. So two biggest things that are being opposed right now. So anytime there's a hard fork, it's really a disagreement in people and how they want to go forward with the protocol. And in this scenario, there's a couple of things holding some of the people back from moving towards Metropolis and the route that they're currently going. One of them is being the difficulty time bomb is something that some of the miners dislike. So what the difficulty time bomb is it's effectively makes it impossible to mine the old blockchain and forces everyone to move to the proof of stake chain eventually. And this was delayed. This was eventually supposed to take place basically now, and they delayed this by 18 months, delaying the time in which Ethereum will move to basically proof of stake. Additionally, the further delay of this difficulty time bomb also means that the Ethereum block reward will go from 5 Ethereum down to 3 Ethereum. So this really affects the miners, and they're not too happy about it, even though it makes a lot of sense. So the reduction in these coins is basically incentive for miners, a reduction in generated coin reduces that incentive for miners and the inflation rate over time. So they may move to other chains. They may move to essentially what this right here is called Ethereum Cash, where they will not move it to proof of stake. It will remain proof of work. There will be no difficulty mining decrease, so it'll still earn the same amount per block mined. And at the end of this article, it states that there's no clear sentiment on whether or not this will take place. For the time being, it says, it remains to be seen if this fork will succeed. But this was brand new. I just saw this today. And again, this could be yet another hard fork and a potential very similar to where we saw the Bitcoin fork, where you're able to earn basically another token or another coin just by holding it at a certain time. So the Metropolis hard fork was not a scheduled. Well, I'm sorry, the Metropolis hard fork was scheduled, and there is no. It was an upgrade to the protocol, so there was no additional tokens being issued as a result of that. So yeah, that's the news there. So keep an eye on this. This will be something to see whether or not this will affect Ethereum's price. Will it cause some confusion? Right now, it just came out today. It's the first time I saw it, so I'll be something that I'll be following going forward. So I wanted to present that to you guys. Secondly, while we're on the topic of forks, let's talk about SegWit and Bitcoin. So the node count still remains unchanged for the last 2 months. So as many of you know, there was an agreement signed in New York that said everyone that basically agreed to jump on board with SegWit was going to increase the block sizes from 1 megabyte to 2 megabyte. Now, we talked before on the channel what the disadvantages and advantages are to going to that increased block size. And we are seeing hesitancy in some of those people that signed that agreement to actually go forward and change to 2 blocks come November. And it's looking, at least from this article, more and more likely that we will have another split in Bitcoin, another hard fork. And again, this will also be something to keep an eye on. I don't think there will be any certainty or guarantees until we get closer to the hard fork. But this article basically says the number of people committed to that split has remained unchanged. There hasn't been an increase in value. And if we see any disagreement, if there is, say 95% of the miners want to go this way at 2 megabytes and 5% want to go 1 megabyte, then we're going to have a split. So this will be interesting to keep an eye on. I think that it sounds like we will have a split in my eyes. So another thing just to keep a note or an eye on. We'll close that. Let's talk about Bitcoin price in a moment. Let's skip to this article here. China bans. So just to add more FUD to the market, I'm just trying to give you guys the news and the knowledge that I know and I've been informed about. So sorry if there's all this FUD today. A lot of the hard forks we just talked about, China ban, but some more bad China news. So China Bitcoins China is banning Bitcoin executives from leaving the country, and miners are preparing for the worst. So basically, they are shutting down the exchanges. And as you guys know, all of them have to be shut down by October 30th. And I read this note. This was from someone in my Moon Lounge that actually just provided a little bit of additional insight. And I just want to highlight some of the things he said. So the reason is that China is hosting their every 5-year party congress in about a month, and their president is looking to consolidate power, reshuffle some of those leaders, purge some of the senior leaders, cut down, cut the fat. And some of them have been known to use crypto to launder money. Not surprising at all. The government and high-ranking officials laundering money in China, so I completely agree with him that. That's no surprise to me. And the Chinese government is telling all these exchanges to hand over all the account holders' info. And the next logical step would be to actually confiscate their cryptocurrency. So the shutdown is stopping them from transferring any of the cryptocurrency out of China. So this could be one of the reasons why the exchanges are being shut down. And I totally believe that, again, this is only temporary. This is not the first time China's had to shut down exchanges. This is nothing new. The exchanges came back up online before. They had corruption that they had to deal with. They took care of it. And then Bitcoin shot up in price after it was resolved. I'm sorry, I do suspect a very similar thing to happen. They're not going to miss out on this market. So it's probably just a matter of time. And I think that the Bitcoin prices and the cryptocurrency as a whole is going to take a hit. And I'll kind of segue that into the Bitcoin price in just a moment. But additionally, this also de-incentivizes miners. There was also a additional ban on basically off-the-counter trading. And it was initially assumed that the miners would be able to conduct off-the-counter trading, which is basically still a way for the miners to operate. They would still be able to trade their money for fiat using off-the-counter methods. And, so the miners, if they can't exchange their money or their Bitcoins that they've earned mining, what's the point, So they were normally able to use off-the-counter trading to make money, still be able to exchange that for fiat currencies. So apparently that's being banned this time around, which was not initially believed. So if that's the case, that could also affect miners. So again, this is just more FUD, because if we don't have miners to mine Bitcoin, it's going to slow the network down, and we will not see a viable product, essentially, So this is also more FUD. I think all this will be cleared up. I think Bitcoin is not going away anywhere, but I do not think that we're going anywhere anytime soon as far as price goes. So if we take a look at the coin market cap, we take a look at prices, we're at 4,000, and I told everyone in my Moon Lounge yesterday, I do not think we are going past 4,000. We are stuck between 3 and 4K for the next several weeks or months until this clears up. I suspect we aren't going above 4K really much past it until after the China FUD and after the hard fork. So I think we are consolidating. We are up 100% essentially since July, which is great. And I don't think we're going anywhere. I think there's going to be a lot of bouncing back and forth between 3 and 4K. I don't think we've seen the bottom, the bottom yet. I think we can go back to 3,000 pretty quickly, and I think we will. There's a lot of FUD. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's not going anywhere time soon until it gets cleared up. We're not moving anywhere. And just taking a look at some of the markets, you can see the Chinese markets. Where are they? Down here, look at the price here of Bitcoin on this exchange, $3,500 compared to a lot of these other ones at $4,000, $3,500 on Huobi, whereas Bitfinex is at 4K almost. So a lot of money being pulled out of the Chinese exchanges. We're seeing a little bit of growth in the Japanese and the Korean exchanges up here, Bitthumb as well as Bitflyer. And again, I don't think we're going anywhere. We're not going to move. We are kind of range bound. Let's take a look at the market cap. We're at 135 billion. Let's pull it out to 3 months. And we are, I think we're going to be stuck in this region here from 100 billion to no more than 150 billion. And I think that's not going to pick up until we consolidate some more. And I think that we see some of this stuff blow over. So that's sort of my general outlook here on the market. I want to answer some of you guys' questions now that you have asked, and I'm going to scroll back up to the top and answer them. Do you think BTC will drop down to 2,000 to 2,500 range soon, like many reports are stating? Yes, I do think we'll drop back down into the 2,000s, and I think we will. I don't think we'll go down to 2,000, but I do think we will drop down to 3,000. I think we might hit high 2,000s. Does gas have any potential over Neo? No, it does not. So gas is not meant to be traded. It is a dividend essentially that Neo uses, and it's used for transactions on the chain, uh, on the blockchain, and it's used as a separate token to basically complete transactions with. It was never intentionally actually made to be traded, but because it is tradable, people do trade it. So I do not think it has an extremely high value. I do not think it'll ever be overvalued or more than Neo. And that's my take on it. Additionally, Neo Gas is not. There's no hard cap actually on gas. They said Dahong Fei actually said they can create more gas at their own exposure or own will rather, and what that'll do, it'll deflate your price of gas if that happens. So, no, I do not think gas has more potential. Next question. Ethereum Dark, just saw it yesterday. I'm not sure what Ethereum Dark is. Let's see if it's on CoinMarketCap. Ethereum Dark right here. Little rogue. So the market cap, it doesn't even have a market cap. It's only on Coin Exchange. I would stay away from it for now. It's not on any exchanges. I don't even see a market cap for it. So question marks. Ethereum is getting more patchwork. This happens when you have a lemon. Should do a show on EOS Dawn with all the FUD. People have been dissing EOS without even knowing why. It's proving to be far superior to Ethereum. So EOS could potentially be superior to Ethereum. Absolutely. But keep in mind, EOS is extremely young. They don't have a product. Their ICO is over a year long. And they have a lot of ground to make up in Ethereum. Ethereum already has an existing product. Yes, Ethereum, or EOS rather, could be excuse me, better than Ethereum, but we're a long way from that happening. You're not going to see EOS increase like you're going to see Ethereum increase through the end of the year with all the upgrades that are taking place to Ethereum. EOS has a long way to go. And also keep in mind that EOS is trying to compete with a product that, in Ethereum that they don't even know what Ethereum will look like a year from now or 2 years from now. Ethereum is not going to be the same Ethereum that it is 2 years from now. They're going to be moving to proof of stake. They're going to have plasma network. They're upgrading. So they're not going to be competing with the same Ethereum that they are competing with today. And you have to keep that in mind. So they are playing catch up. And in my opinion, an extremely risky investment at this point. Yes, it has potential, absolutely. Everyone has claims to be better than this, better than that. Can they live up to them? That will be wait to be determined. Any thoughts what's going on with Centra? So Centra is an ICO out right now, and their website went down last night. Not sure if it was hacked. I do believe they're online now. I believe they moved to a different server, and apparently it still doesn't work. So Centra, let's try just the normal website. So I made a website yesterday. So yes, I am very suspicious and cautious right now of Centra. I don't know what's going on. Their website's down. Their Twitter was full of tweets saying it was hacked. I showed you guys last night actually. My video yesterday was literally on Centra. A lot of these people were commenting the Ethereum address had changed that you were supposed to deposit to. A bunch of tweets. I can see if I can find any here. Nope, not there. What wallets can we use? Blah blah blah. They might have deleted them. I'm not surprised if they deleted the tweets or not. But there's some rumors. I would be cautious right now. I would honestly stay away from Centratech. Nobody's sure what's going on. Of course, the team is going to come out and say that we got DDoS attacked, that the website was just over flooded. Of course, they're going to say that. They're never going to tell you that they actually got hacked, unless they have to. So be cautious. How is it superior when it's only on paper? They produce so many coins. Why? Cause FB told you it was. Vitalik responded to Dan Larimer and came out sounding a little stupid. Not all do yourself. They produce so many coins. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not supposed. Just looking for the next questions. Ethereum catching Bitcoin. I could potentially absolutely see Ethereum overtaking Bitcoin, not only in market cap, but price one day. Now, that's not to say that Ethereum is better than Bitcoin. They are very different use cases. They're not meant to be the same thing at all. And that is known. So I actually see more potential in Ethereum just because there's more use cases, right? There's so much more. It's an industrial application, really. And it can be applied to many industries. While cryptocurrency, which Bitcoin is, it's a cryptocurrency. It's a currency, a tradable currency, or a storage of value. That's really all it does. Ethereum can be applied to marketplaces, the financial industries, verification identity. What else? We have so many things that are launched off of Ethereum that Ethereum has enabled. The token cards, all the credit cards. There's so many industrial different uses for Ethereum that I really think Ethereum has. I definitely think the market cap of Ethereum will pass that of Bitcoin. I'm not certain about price, but if I had to guess, I would actually think so. I would say one day I would not be surprised to see Ethereum sitting above Bitcoin in price. Not anytime soon, not tomorrow, not next year, but maybe down the road, maybe 4 or 5 years if they're both still around. Ethereum has way more use cases. And like I said, no reason to not invest in both. That's not what I'm saying at all. They are very different. It's just that there's so many more use cases for Ethereum. It's just insane. When you start to think about it, it's just insane. What else? Sorry, I lost track of you guys. I'm scrolling back up to try and answer in the order that you guys came in. So Adam, I don't look at owning alts as an investment, technically speaking. It's not, but it's okay. I've been studying blockchain tech for 7 years. By definition, it's not an investment. I don't know why you keep saying that. Compound stupidity. So I treat the whole cryptocurrency scene like the stock market. It's really essentially the same thing, right? You have these companies and cryptocurrencies. You're essentially investing in them. It's all supply and demand. You are buying someone else's stake essentially in that company. You are predicting in hopes. When you buy something like a stake or another crypto, you're basically betting on the fact that you think it will go up in value. You want to make money. It's an investment. It's a cryptocurrency is an investment vehicle, just like bonds are, just like ETFs are, just like REFs are. And you're investing and banking on the fact that will be worth more, that someone will later down the road buy it from you for more than it's currently worth. Just like a stock is. It works all off the concept of supply and demand, where someone is willing to sell it for you at X price, and you sell it, or you buy it rather at X, and then down the road you sell it at Y, hopefully at a greater price than X originally was. And in my eyes, that's identical to the stock market. You're just investing in a different type of market, right? You're not investing in something that is, say the New York Stock Exchange with, all the regularities that are implemented in that. This is a totally separate market with its own projects and use cases, and essentially stocks. I like to think of them as stocks. I call them projects. Projects for me is synonymous to a stock. So the Ripple project, the Dash project, these are stocks in my eyes. They are companies that I'm choosing to invest in when I purchase the coin, and I'm hoping that my money will be a greater return. I've never said yesterday, blah blah blah. Gas is like Ethereum, basically, right? Kind of, but not really. Gas is like the gas that we use in Ethereum, yes, but not Ethereum. Bitcoin down to 3,000. Would you recommend moving into Tether or fiat? Yes, actually, I do. I do think you can hedge some of your funds if that's something you want. Now, just be cautious. I never move all of my funds in one direction or the other. I always really stress laddering, where you dollar cost average any investment, whether that's on the buy end or the sell end. Now, I really think Bitcoin is a great investment long term, and I have very much of a long-term investment mindset. I do trade often, but I'm very much more looking to acquire as many Ethereum and Bitcoin as possible, because I really see a lot of potential down the road. But you can certainly move to fiat. I definitely think we're going to bounce a lot in between this 3,000, 4,000 range. But as I said, I would never go all in one direction. So if you think 4,000 is the bottom, don't buy in all at once. Buy a little bit in at 4,000. Then if it drops below that, buy more. If it drops below that, buy even more. And conversely, if you think 4,000 is the tops and you're looking to sell out, don't sell out all at 4,000. Sell some at 4,000, then sell if it rises to 4,200 or 4,400. Sell some more if you're expecting a pullback, but don't ever go all in on one direction, because you can get burned. No one can predict the market. I can't predict the market. We have our own feelings, and I can tell you where I think it's going to go. And I sit here and look at the charts, and I talk to a lot of people, and I have a great idea of where the market's going to go. But at the end of the day, I'm no more qualified than a lot of other people to tell you which way it's going to go. I can provide my fundamentals and my technical analysis skills to a lot of these charts, but at the end of the day, no one can predict the exact bottom. So never go all in on one direction. You never know when a new article, and some of it, like I said, is it's really news driven. So you can't even always predict it just by reading charts. So a lot of us may have the strong fundamentals in being able to read and analyze the charts, but it takes one news article to swing things one way or the other. It doesn't necessarily mean that anything can change the markets overnight. If China said, hey, we're allowing all the exchanges to freely enter money again, we would see Bitcoin shoot up to probably 5,000 tomorrow. So keep that in mind when you're trying to make decisions. Additionally, I see a lot of you commenting on Centra. So Centra was picked apart by Cliff Lee. A lot of you guys might know who Cliff Lee is. Their website, or rather the video or interview between Cliff Lee and the CEO of Centra, was actually taken down because it destroyed Centra and CEO of Centra. They got a lot of their designers and a majority of their work done through Upwork. They just contracted it out to people on Upwork and didn't have in-house developers. Same thing with a lot of their marketing, their website. He picked apart their team. Their LinkedIn profiles were shabby, constantly trading pictures around on their website, constantly removing negative feedback on their Reddit. He destroyed them and picked it apart, and he actually, I don't know, Centra probably forced him to remove it or was going to sue because it was essentially defamation to the team of Centra. So definitely be cautious and do your own research. Yes, it's a great idea, and everyone has great ideas, and I want to take everybody to the moon. Yeah, it's a great idea to take everyone to the moon, but are you going to pay me $200,000 to get you there? Do you have that kind of trust or belief in me? Do you have that kind of trust or belief when someone says they're going to deliver a product? And a lot of you do. You just hand your money over to them without taking a look at the team, without reading the white paper, without doing your due diligence. You hear a great idea, you jump onto the fluff and the FOMO, and you're surprised when you lose money. You really, really have to be careful. These are investments. Take care of your own money. Do the work. I mean, this is what I do, and I run my Moon Lounge, and I help guide people, and that's what I do. I provide the research and the tools to let you guys know what is worth investing in. So take the time there's so many tools and access to tools. There's free tools. You can do your own research. You can pay people to do research for you. But really take the time to know what you're investing in. What happens if China boots all the mining? So, like I said earlier, we could potentially see the market take a dip because, and if China loses all its miners, Bitcoin is going to be slower. We need miners to mine the blocks and confirm the blockchain. Without miners doing that, the network gets congested and it slows down. People take their money out of the markets because they don't believe and trust in Bitcoin, and its value decreases. So that's what happens if there's no China boots all the miners. How do you prepare for this price drop? Tether. You can use Tether, absolutely. You can use fiat. You can invest in other things. So, for example, Bitcoin Cash today is up while Bitcoin is down. So Bitcoin Cash seems to have its up days a lot while Bitcoin Cash has its down days because they're fundamentally different. So there's different things that you can invest in to kind of hedge against Bitcoin if you think it's going to decrease in value. Bitcoin Cash is very fundamentally different from how Bitcoin, yes, they're the same thing, and they originally came and stemmed from the same protocol, but they solved and are going about the scaling issues in different ways. So there are, I guess what I'm trying to say is you can hedge your bets in a variety of ways, and Tether is one way to do that. There's other things that you can invest in aside from Bitcoin as well if you suspect, fluctuation in the Bitcoin markets. I was going to pick up Dash for that sort of reverse correlation with Bitcoin. Dash does seem to be another one oftentimes that has that inverse correlation with Bitcoin. If you trace the history and pattern of Dash over the month of July, while Bitcoin tanked, Dash actually went up a lot. So there are different projects and things you can invest in the meantime. If you had to invest, would you wait for a dip in global market cap? I think you could wait for a cheaper time to invest if you're coming into fiat. And again, always ladder your orders. So if you think we hit the bottom at 3K, invest money, but don't invest all at once. Because if we drop down to 2,800, then you should have more money to invest. And if we drop down to 25, even more. So, I think some of the good prices to buy in are definitely, I'd say 32. If we hit 3, buy some more. If we drop under 3, look to buy even more. But structure your buy-ins in that fashion. Does the upcoming Ethereum Hardfork would create a new token? I heard Ethereum Cash will happen. Potentially. Ethereum Cash is what we talked about earlier. So you can rewind this later. Market cap down like 40 billion. Yeah, it's down a lot. Definitely troll. We're better than that attitude. I love this community. Lifts people up, not puts them down. Thank you, Hunt. Any info on the Change Bank ICO? No, I do not, unfortunately. Due to the upcoming Ethereum Hardfork, will create a new token. Yes, it will. It would. Cliff Lee, sorry. Cliff High, not Cliff Lee. Everyone's else name is Lee. I don't know. Cliff Lee just came into my head for some reason. Sounded like a good name, right? How much free Ethereum we getting in this fork? To be determined. TBD. To be determined. It's more profitable to buy Bitcoin Cash right now. Good question, Solent. I'd like to know as well. What did Solent ask? Solent. I don't see anyone named Solent. Am I missing a question? Solent. Oh, James Solent. How much free Ethereum? Yes, so sorry. To be determined. We're not sure yet at this time. There's no guarantee that Ethereum Cash will even be a fork, but there's a potential. If China booted miners and it slows down, could that leave the door open for Ethereum or LTC to jump into the spotlight with faster transactions? Absolutely. I think Ethereum will see a very good end of the year with Metropolis, with all the updates. I think it will do weller. I don't think that's a word, but I think it will do weller than Bitcoin through the end of the year. If you take a look at Ethereum's price right now and Bitcoin's price, let's just round them. Let's say 4K for Bitcoin and 300 for Ethereum. I think we will see a greater return on investment in Ethereum through the end of the year. So come January 1st, if you placed $100 into Bitcoin and $100 into Ethereum, I think you will have a higher percentage, a higher return on investment in Ethereum than you do Bitcoin. No guarantees, but there's just a lot more things going on for Ethereum at this moment in time than there is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, or Ethereum rather, hasn't really gone anywhere in a while. It did not receive the same price increase that Bitcoin did over the past month in August and September. And for those reasons, I think it's Ethereum's turn. What else? So we'll be probably doing one of these broadcasts in my Facebook group. You guys can continue to answer questions. I'm going to give away some free crypto here right now. Join my Facebook group if you're not a member already. We get on there just like this and we answer questions for you a few times a week. We'll probably do that tonight. You can join that right here on Facebook. And all you have to do to be eligible to win some free cryptocurrency is share this video here on Facebook or over on Twitter. And we give away free cryptocurrency here on the channel by selecting one random person. We use a random number generator to select one person either from Facebook or Twitter. One will be for Facebook, 2 for Twitter, and today 1 for Facebook. So I got to find my video from yesterday, which was called, I believe, something about $5, coins under 5. There it is. So 42 shares. So we select a person between 1 and 42. Person number 7. So I'll open this up and pick the 7th person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Udman Scruggs. You won yourself some free cryptocurrency. I'll tag you here afterwards on the Facebook group, and we'll get some free cryptocurrency over to you. So it's as simple as that. All you have to do is share this on Facebook or retweet it on my Twitter, and go ahead and follow me if you're not a follower already. We share a lot of news and updates over on there as well. Let's take a look at you guys' cryptocurrencies. Dun, 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 dun. Where is the last question? I haven't looked into it myself. Just wondering if you had heard about a possible Dash and Pay partnership. I did hear rumor about it. I have not looked into it any further. But I do like Pay a lot. I think it's definitely by far the best cryptocurrency credit card out there. And I think we'll be talking about them more in a couple of days. So stay tuned. Ethereum was $10 earlier this year. It's not Ethereum's turn. Well, Bitcoin was $1,000 earlier this year, and it's rose to 4,000. So we saw a huge increase in price in that. And if we chart, let me just show you. Let me open up Coinigy. A lot of the coins have risen in August, alongside Bitcoin and against Bitcoin's price. Street signs, dun 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 dun. Log in. And just let me show you the trajectory and the history of where Ethereum has been, where its high has been, and where it's at currently in relation to Bitcoin. So let's open up Ethereum. Ethereum/BTC. And let's open it on GDAX. Let's collapse this and zoom out. Let's pull this out to daily. And let's zoom back in. Oh, this is OMG. Why am I on OMG? Ethereum, Bitcoin. All right, so here we have the Ethereum chart, and this is the daily chart. As you can see, we were at a high back here in July sometime, end of June rather, early June. And we've actually decreased in price in comparison to Bitcoin. We've kind of made this full circle. We went up, and then we came all the way back down. So we've actually decreased in value when we compare it to Bitcoin. We've actually decreased in value. Meanwhile, Bitcoin, you can see, if we pull up the chart of Bitcoin and show you its valuation, it has just gone up since August. It took the dip here and it's gone up, and now it's coming back down. So Ethereum, you basically lost money if you invested in Ethereum during the same time span. It didn't even hold its own weight. If it held its own weight and didn't move anywhere, then yeah, you would have actually, it wouldn't have mattered if you invested in Bitcoin or Ethereum, but it didn't even hold its own weight. It's actually lost a lot of value since June. And part of that is just because it was overinflated. Like, this was a huge run-up, yes, absolutely. And some of this run-up was actually due to Metropolis being released here. Metropolis actually got delayed to out here. So I think this is the beginning of, you know, we have a lot of strong support right in this region here. You can see that support right here. And if I put this on the USDT chart, I could give you a better price in what dollars this is. But we have a lot of support right here at the 0.07 mark, roughly 0.068. And I don't think we drop below that pretty much through the end of the year. I just expect us to continue to increase with all the updates and good news coming out for Ethereum. And like I said, we've lost a lot of steam since July. You've actually lost money, and I do think it's Ethereum's turn now to shine, while Bitcoin continues to struggle in the Hardfork FUD news and China news. What do I think about the Icon ICO? I'm not extremely intelligent in, I'm not extremely knowledgeable on what the Icon ICO is. I'm sorry. I see a lot of people fighting in the chat. I don't understand. I'm just going to remove the people that seem to be fighting in my channel. What do I think about the Icon ICO? Again, I'm sorry, I do not know much about it. Yep, that's right. Thanks for the time, Sam. You're welcome. You should reply. What do you think about the Icon ICO? Bro, go back to Canada. All right, so, oh, I saw another question. Opinions on QTUM, supposedly October for them with atomic swaps. I picked up some QTUM at these tree prices. Seems fairly low risk, high upside. Yes, I'm a strong believer in QTUM. I really think QTUM is great. It's a competitor to Tintinio. They do have the token swap in October where you'll be exchanged your token. Basically, right now, the QTUM tokens are placeholders for the real QTUM token that they're releasing on their mainnet. So their mainnet just recently launched, and you're going to be able to swap tokens either on your own manually, or some of the exchanges, I know Bittrex is doing it. They'll do the token swap for you manually, or automatically, sorry. They will take them automatically and swap them. And I think that there is a lot of potential in Qtum. Qtum is got a better team in my opinion than Neo. I like the dividend system. The Raiden network, I don't think is coming for another 2 years. I think along with Plasma. What else? What was I gonna say? I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, Qtum. Neo has a lot of marketing, which is good for any company. But I think I like Qtum more. I like the team better. They have more experience in the blockchain industry. They have a lot of popular figures from other companies that are big in China, like Alibaba. They have a leg up in the dividend system, in my opinion. So they pay out in Qtum tokens instead of Qtum gas, which I really like. I really like that over Neo. What else? So yeah, I think. Are you going to explain the new Ethereum Hardfork? Yeah, we explained that in the beginning of in this video here. I don't know if you can rewind it yet or not. Maybe when it's over. But I think that's going to wrap it up here for you. My thoughts on the Patrick Dye scandal. So the Patrick Dye scandal is one of the biggest things holding the big investors, I think, from coming into Qtum. And as far as I read, I looked a lot into it. I have not seen a lot of. There has been no proof for anything about the scam involved in BitBay. There has no been from either side, really. So yes, you have to keep that into consideration. But I have not seen anything or any reason as to why I should have a question mark. In fact, I just watched an interview with Patrick Dye explaining a lot about Qtum, and he seems like a great guy, and he seems like he has the knowledge to be able to carry out this product. And I am an investor in Qtum. I think it's a great product. I don't think we will see any additional movement in Neo for some time. I think Neo is bottomed out. I think it's a great time to invest in Neo. I think it's bottomed out at its price at $20. Let's take a look at the chart. So I really think we've Neo BTC. I really think we bottomed out. We have a lot of support here. This is around the $20 region, but right here at the 0.005 Bitcoin mark. And let me pull up some statistics on it. Let's take a look at the MACD. So the MACD right here has just crossed on the daily, which is a good sign for Neo. This is actually a really good sign that we could see some trend reversal. So the MACD is basically this is an indicator of two different moving averages, and this is basically, this red line here is actually an indicator of, or a signal of, this blue line here. And when they cross, the crosses are important, what do you call them? Important just points in time. And you can see this is on a daily chart. We had the cross here and then the cross down here. So this is actually a good sign for Neo. However, just from the news and the China driven stuff, I really think it'll be consolidated, and I think it healthily will consolidate in this region here. I don't think it has any immediate movement. I wouldn't expect any immediate movement, meaning the next couple of weeks until the China FUD is over. But this is a good sign here on the MACD. Let's pull up the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. The Relative Strength Index, we saw a bottom there. That looks good. Let me pull up the Stochastic RSI as well. The Stochastic RSI also bottomed out right around that same region there. So we are looking good. Again, I think this is a good time to get into Neo if you're not in it already. I also like to use Fibonacci retracements, and you can see we've hit spot on this 60% region mark that I like to invest in. We're in this blue range here. This is one of the best times that I like to invest in. Anytime we pass this key Fibonacci ratio level here of 61.8, it's a good time to invest in my eyes, as long as the project is worth investing in. And we're in that region right now. So, but however, like I said, I don't see any major movement in the short-term future for Neo. I still think it's a great project, and it's a great time to pick it up. Just don't expect any movement anytime soon. Is Qtum easy to get dividends from? Neo is easy, just holding in their wallet. How does it work with Qtum? Yes, there will be, and I'll be releasing a video on how you can actually stake the Qtum tokens. Unfortunately, it's a little bit harder than Neo. You actually have to leave your computer on. So what I really recommend is getting a Raspberry Pi, so you don't have to leave your personal computer on all day to stake it. There'll be a minor learning curve to see how to set up that Raspberry Pi, but once you get it set up, it's really easy to just stake and continuously earn those dividends. I'll be making a video on that when that's available. Really, the 8th. What is the 8th? What is the 8th? Regarding NEO, Red Pulse is planned on the 8th of October. Oh, yes. Yes, the Red Pulse ICO is planned for the 8th of October. They just released that today as well. Pretty new to this. Do you trust Liqui.io? I've used Liqui, but I don't like it. There's many better exchanges. I don't know what country you're in, and it depends on what country you're in as to which ones are available, but I trust the most Bittrex and Poloniex. I think they're two of the largest in the West. You can take a look at some of the markets, and you can just see trading volume. Let's go monthly volume rankings. That's not what I want. Tools, where is 24-hour volume rankings? So a lot of these exchanges here that have a lot of volume are some of your bigger players. So if you just take a look at Bitcoin, Bitfinex, HitBTC, BitThumb, GDAX, Kraken, Gemini, Bittrex, these are some of the bigger ones that I would trust and look to use if they're available in your country. Poor Neo, I believe she's sleeping for a while. I hope so. She got a mini pump today from Red Pulse, but like I said, I don't expect a whole lot of movement until the China FUD is over. And probably a lot with the other Chinese tokens as well. Yes, I think China wants Neo just like they want blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I think I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. I've been on here for just about an hour. Feel free to join the Facebook group, and we'll chat again tonight. In the meantime, take a look at my course over on Udemy if you're interested. It's $10. You get everything you need to know on how to get started investing in crypto. I go over chart analysis. I go over how to do your own research to invest in coins, how to get set up on exchanges, how to open your wallet, protect your money. It's pretty comprehensive. Additionally, you can consider scheduling one-on-one appointments with me using this button here. I offer a full money-back guarantee. If you're not happy or satisfied at the end, all you have to do is say so. I'll just give you your money back. I haven't had anyone do that yet, but all you have to do is say so. I'm very honest and open, so feel free. We talk. A lot of my clients just want to talk to me about what to invest in or how to get set up for the first time or how to read charts on their own. So you feel free to do that. And then we also have the Moon Lounge, which we have a few spots left open for October. I think we have about, 10 more seats or so. I think I left the comment in the video. Actually, no, I didn't. I have to switch that up. But we have seats left open in the Moon Lounge starting October 1st. That is access to me and my partner where we cover everything that we invest in. Our books are open. We have questions come in all the time. It's run via Slack. You have access to me and him 24/7. The rich never sleep, so I'm up all night. We have a team of researchers researching a lot of great things for you guys. We do a couple meetings each month where you guys get to ask questions. And it's a great community and people to learn and highly interested investors. It's $100 a month. And if you have any other questions about any of this, feel free to email me at cryptosomniac@gmail.com. I'm always happy to answer questions. In fact, leave any comments that you have about the video or the fork in the comments of this video below, and I'll be happy to answer them. And give this video a thumbs up and let other people know that it was worth watching. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. I make these videos here every day, and I try to answer as many questions as I really have time for. I mean, and I really love to hear your feedback. I love to make videos on things that you guys are interested in. In fact, I'm just finishing up the Walton white paper, and we'll get a video out for that and my opinions on it soon. So stay tuned for all of that, and thank you all for tuning in. And remember, stay a cryptosomniac because the rich never sleep.